is standing up, has power. And we see the people here, the people that were full, now they're looking for bread. And the people that were looking for bread, now they're full. And the woman that couldn't have children, now she has 7. And the woman that had too many children, now she is feeble. She is falling down. She is tired. She is not herself anymore. Why? Because it's not the quantity, it's the quality. It's not how many you have. It's what you have. It's not how many children you have, it's what you have. All right, this is 6 and 8. Sam? 6 and 8? 6 through 8?
The Lord gives both death and life. He brings some down to the grave and raises others up. The Lord makes some poor and others rich. He brings some down and lifts others up. Did you say 8 as well?
8, Brati.
He lifts the poor from the dust and the needy from the garbage dump. He sets them among princes, placing them in seats of honor. For all the earth is the Lord's, and he has set the world in order.
Finish it till 10. Go.
He will protect his faithful ones, but the wicked will disappear in darkness. No one will succeed by strength alone. Those who fight against the Lord will be shattered. He thunders against them from heaven. The Lord judges throughout the earth. He gives power to his king. He increases the strength of his anointed one.
So she is giving all the glory to God. She is telling us that only God can do. Everything you see, it's through God. Nothing goes without God. Everything comes through God's hands. Even when He lets trials come to you, has to come through God's hands. يعني قالك علىها شاء وقصات أنا قد قايد بيا. ليلة بكيف قايد بيا. He has to ask God first. Right? ساطان عليه ما سقايد بيا إلا باطل من آلها. أبكي آلها قالك شاوك لك وما يمرخ لشوك طورك الجورابا. سبب آلها يامر قصاتانا إيمان قايد بطريق الدية. علىها شوك لك قايد بيوكينا ليه وكيف بكعته إنه يا بيد ساطانا أن ميسالي كله مغدور وخواب سايتا إن ليلة خيوتا بيد. So it's not in Satan's hands, it's in God's hands. God let things happen because He see us that we are worthy for the fight, then He put us in the ring. Okay? So when you're ready to fight, that's when God chooses you. And you know what? You are blessed for that. Because even St. Paul said, he said, I used to be like you. Be like me. Because I used to be like you.
So I don't want to say anything like out of line.
Don't say it.
But is that why sometimes God will, because I know all good comes from God, no doubt. Is that why He takes some things away sometimes so that we learn how to walk strongly with Him alone, to show us that we don't need anything or anyone else besides Him? And then we look at it as why, but really we should be thanking God that you took it to show me that I am strong in my faith and I don't need any other human or any other thing besides you. Is that an explanation why sometimes people go or things go that we like, you know, or is that not of God to take away from us?
You know, when God said to Abraham, take your son, your only son, and go sacrifice him for me. Did even Abraham ask a question? He didn't say nothing. So what was God doing? What was God doing to Abraham? What do you about it?
Testing him.
He was testing. Not trying,
Nope.
test. Trials are through Satan. Tests are through God. So when a teacher gives his student a test, he knows his students, right? He knows which one will have 80%, 50%, who will have, who will fail, who will succeed, all that. Teacher knows how much God knows that. So God knew what Abraham was going to do. Who didn't know? Abraham did it. You only know after you see your score how good you've done. So the test is for us to make us strong. We're in the cocoon. And that is the test right there. See? So God give us a test. A lot of people make a big mistake when they say, so for God to know. No. God knows the end. You have to always know God knows everything. It's for you to find out. So what happened? إذا نتيلة يولا ختست إلى قديا أخنا بيضا تبطيطخ كما وقرب على كما وغرخ كمنا. Abraham that day knew how much he was close to God. إذا أنت أبراهام ديلة كما وقرب على.
How could you tell from his heart like this is a test and this is a trial? How could you tell him to talk?
Very simple.
Because I might think I'm
Through a test, God will always talk. He will let you know that this is simple. You see, when he put Abraham to the test, he said, I'm going to put Abraham through a test. And he said, Abraham, go and do this. Right, Rafi? So when God put us to a test, he talks to us. And the problem with people is this, right? They can't hear God. They can't hear the voice. You know, because of the voices of the world that are outside. Always, mortgage, school, illness, gossip, all that is inside. Yeah? So how can you think that it's nice? You gotta take care of all that away. That's why I said that the road is very narrow. The path is narrow. Why is it narrow? Look at me. How's this food guy going to go through? We and him we want. You guys are going to feed us. So what happened? He's talking about you got to let go of all the unnecessary stuff that's inside you. Only your soul going to go through. You got to let go of the gossip, of the worries, of all this worldly stuff, all the greed, and all that stuff. Money, everything that's in you. You got to cut it off. All of it has to go because we won't go through that. The only thing that's going to go through that is you. And that's the soul that's in this body. Not this body, it's you who is residing in the body. Okay? So قبل هذا قال لك خشة أبرة.
What verse is that? The road is narrow? Because I read it.
That one is Matthew.
I'll look it up.
I'll pull it out for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so what happened here? Oh, we did 9 and 10? قريالة مسورة. Okay. Let's go to something else now. Okay? Let's go to Mary's prayers. Okay? We all know Mary? Not Virgin Mary. Mary that anointed Jesus. Who was she? Which Mary was it? Martha's sister. Very good. مريم خاتت العازر. ما نمشيخ لك مشيخة. مريم خاتت العازر. كله خطايا وخير. Okay, so we all know Mary, right? She is Lazarus' sister. We all know Lazarus and we all know Martha. كلن يطخ لعازر يطخ لمرتا يطخ لمريم مريم تمشيخ لقمارا يشمشيخا. It's a very touching story. Why are we bringing this? Because it's another power of prayer. It's a different kind of prayer. So we took 2 from the old and we saw Hannah's prayer to God. How God gave her a child and what this child did for God. Because why? Because she was faithful for what she prayed for. She really committed to it. She didn't turn her back on God. King Hezekiah, no. He turned his back on God. قرأ قديا آية مريم please. من شوا قرأ من تلاقي إشتا هل تلاقي قطة. قرأ قال from 36 through 39. شوا Luke 7.
وطلب خام بريشة مبيشو وآخوة بخنام وورا البيت الطاوريشة وتوبة وضيلة دابخة خطيتها خايم بيزا كيوة وبيت الطاوريشة شغلها شاططة البسم تيلة وكليلة وخاصة بسغلاته وخايش شوريلة بضم أو متروية لغلاته سوسو بمشاية ونقشاوة ونمشخاوة ببسم إما تصير أو بريشة تشيدة وريشة آها من ديت عود لهاي بختا مرجو جانن أن آها ناشا هاوي ونبيلا بتيطي واماني لا بودي بختا وتقرر بيا بودي بختا تقرر بيا بختا خطيشة
مودي من راح هل تلاقي إشتا تلاقي قطة. Very good. بس مجانا. Read it for us. From 36 through 39. Can read from there.
Then one of the Pharisees asked him to eat with him. And he went to the Pharisee's house and sat down to eat. And behold, a woman in the city who was a sinner, when she knew that Jesus sat at the table in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster flask of fragrance oil, and stood at his feet behind him weeping. And she began to wash his feet with her tears, and wiped them with the hair of her head. And she kissed his feet and anointed them with the fragrant oil. Now when the Pharisee who had invited him saw this, he spoke to himself, saying, "This man, if he were a prophet, would know who and what manner of woman this is that is touching him, for she is a sinner."
Okay, so what do we know about this? We all know about Mary, right? So خطيت اتي وبرجام اتي وبرجام الى خاطط العاصر واخيتا يوا مغدليتا يوا شواشي لهم قريا سو هيك يكون مريض
شماشة بس تلاقي الشوا دون مرة وضيلة كابتة الصيف
شنو خطيت؟ وش يخلى وش يخاوي يخلى الدور بداية الساق وش يخلى ترسا يلا يخلى ترسا يلا مودي لما لك زي طامع مثل مشتوتة جبت عنيا مرتا بعوادة وخلمة ولعازة خامن آنتي وتيبة إيشو إيجي يشكلها مرة إيجي مريم كعب إيلا جوستاوا قديشة بتعملها خد إيلا خاط العاصر إيلا خاط العاصر كمو مود إيلا يعني لمر مو لمر What do you want her to call her? What do you want him to call her? خاط العازة ومطامتها يطيتم ما لا بروبلم إذا نتينا خلانا بقراية خطايا يعني بشاوتم قد شنو خطايا كمو ماني لوا خطايا شو من مطمري هيا ليلى فلطنا قال خدك تخيتها اوكي فلطنا قال اوكي let's just continue our class أبابي ايه وخمودي لمشاخ وقلعت مشيخين ليلة قبض خطياته ليلة سو ليلة لازم خدان عمر إلى خطيته سو بتاعي لقد بيشفو خلطة either way right
Would this then be her first time meeting Sheikha? And after doing this, then she probably invited him to her house and then
well
to see Martha?
well don't forget this is an opportunity for her to do something like that so she can be forgiven right okay Rabba spy so a Pharisee invited Jesus Christ to his house Capricia Shidla Kamara Nishumshicha Yubet. Who took advantage of it? Mary. What did she do? She became from where Jesus, they used to sit on the floor with their feet behind them. So she came behind him and she did the rest. She anointed his feet, his hair, and with her tears, she washed them off. Right? So we saw that. But let's go into the thoughts of the Pharisee for a second. What is the Pharisee saying? Huh? What is the Pharisee saying to himself? Okay, so we're not there yet, but let's go to the other part and read the rest. Let's go from 40 through 47. Min 40 had 47. Mary will read it. Because it's about Mary. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to read it.
Oh.
Hers is kind of different here. In our Bible, it says one of the Pharisees asked to eat with them.
Right, eat with him, yeah. He invited the Pharisee into his house.
Pharisee, but then Mary took advantage and then she talked.
So Mary heard that Jesus was there, so she walked in with her.
But I'm under the impression that she washed the Pharisees' feet, no?
No, Jesus. Pharisees' feet won't do it. Because watch what Jesus can ask the Pharisees. And watch what the Pharisees thinking. What is the Pharisee thinking? Mary will read it for us. Show them what you made of.
Jesus answered him, Simon, I have some news to tell you. Tell me, teacher, he said. 2 people owed money to a certain moneylender. One owed him 500 denarii and another owed 50. Neither of them had the money to pay him back, so he forgave the debts of both. Now which of them will love him more? Simon replied, I suppose the one who had the bigger debt forgiven. You have judged correctly, Jesus said. Then he turned toward the woman and said to Simon, Do you see this woman? I came into your house. You did not give me any water to my feet, but she wet my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You did not give me a kiss, but this woman, from the time I entered, had not stopped kissing my feet. You did not put oil on my head, but she has poured perfume on my feet. Therefore I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven, as her great love has shown, but whoever has been forgiven little love little. Then Jesus said to her, Your sins are forgiven. The other guests began to say among themselves, Who is this who even forgives sins? Jesus said to the woman, Your faith has saved you. Go in peace.
Good job. Good job.
Finished it? Okay. قرأ بسورة كامل. الخمشية من أربية الخمشية.
جوب لإيش عمر إلا شمون بين أمر النوف خامندي ومر إلا مرابي مر إلا إيشا خامر يد دينا إتوال خامارة دينا إتوالي تري دينانة خامني دينانة وإلا خمشما دينارة هاو خينا 50 دينارة ولتوالو مصيطة لبرايا وبوخل التروي مر إلي أيني من أن تري دينانة بوش زودة بتمخب المار الدينا جوب للشمون ومرة بخشاوة وين هاو بخلة